Don't Mess Around podcast. This is Miss Rox.
And Universe Dragon. Thank you so much for tuning in with us
All
today.
right.
Again, happy St. Patrick's Day. Definitely leave a comment down below what you
Yes.
like the best about St. Patrick's Day, or how do you celebrate your St. Patrick's Day? And if you don't celebrate it, let us know why you don't celebrate it. You can always leave that in the comment section down below. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's Friday. It's the end of the week.
It is Friday. I'm having my nice drink. I'm having a great time with you guys. Great conversation. And we want to come into the topic of relationship in the metaverse, right?
Yes.
Woo! I have so much to talk about it, and it makes me excited because Horizon World is about relationship with everyone here.
Yes.
Because if you don't conversate, you don't network, you don't communicate with anybody here, then you're just building. And who's going to see a world if nobody knows who you are? This is the main thing. Relationship in the metaverse. Dragon, go ahead.
Yes. Hey, relationships in the metaverse is I feel like is a for anybody who's not here, it's such an opportunity. For anybody who is here, definitely take that opportunity to get to know people, to get to connect with people. There's a
Yeah.
lot of good relationships that I've seen within this space, and it's been,
Great relationships.
amazing. Amazing. And that, like, for me and you, for instance, we are coming up on a year of knowing each other, a
Yes.
whole year, from this in this space right here, from being in Horizon. I can say I know you for a year. As well
Yeah.
as,
Yeah.
other people within our team in Meta News, other people within this space, in Horizon and things like that. Just, you know, building relationships to have them this long, like something that a lot of times you come in this thing, and this is not what you're expecting, like, but we're coming up on a year.
Yeah. I came to Horizon World and I was not expecting all this, to happen. It was just one day I'm gonna start this, and there's a group of people who support each other, and it's just an amazing friendship. And it makes a year right now. It makes a year of all that every week working together, communicating. And I could tell you, not one day that we're like, we just can't do this. We divided. No, it's always been, we are doing this. We are supporting each other. Someone makes something great, we support them, and everybody has been successful, let me tell you, in the
Yes.
team.
Yes.
And we're having a year, and I'm gonna celebrate because we did this. We did this shit, yo.
Yes. A
And I'm so
100%.
proud of me and everyone,
Yes. I mean,
because we all
exactly.
made it happen.
I mean, there's no
And that
way without
relationship
building.
is
Mhm. No way without building a strong relationship there we could have accomplished everything that we've accomplished up until this point, and everything that we will accomplish.
Mhm.
Because again, relationships, like, I mean, it again, and it doesn't just mean, like, there's different tiers to when it comes to relationship, but overall, like, building that bond with people, and all thing has done has grown and grown. So every time that, you know
Yeah.
a group of us is getting together, that relationship grows. That relationship grows. And if you're doing something together every week, you have something that is always consistent, no matter what, you're going to see each other, no matter what, every single week, that relationship continues to foster its growth. And it just grows until, again, like, I mean, people consider themselves family in here now. You know what I mean? I've seen
Yeah.
crazy amount of relationships, especially like when it comes to like friendships and stuff like that. Like, I've seen insane friendships come from this. Insane friendships come from this. Um. Oh, sorry.
So,
Well, you already know
okay.
that here in. Okay. Oh, go ahead. Picking
So,
up a
I
caller.
wrote to call the caller, and
Yes.
I was wondering if you remember Black Lives Matter when it was on the high point.
Uh huh.
So I wrote
Okay.
to the president how to take step to prevent further catastrophic. And the actually that they actually listen. And that's exactly what happened. And
Okay.
yeah,
It's good. That's good, man. I mean, again, I mean, in a time of, for anything, anytime something's going on, we always feel our words won't have any effect. But I always say that no matter what, if you don't even put the pen to the paper to make that move, then nothing will ever take place. So, by writing to somebody or reaching out to somebody, you're reaching out to officials or whatever, even you're like, I know no one to answer, but I'm calling them anyway. You know what I mean? That honestly should be the mentality. Or I know one's going to read this, but I'm writing it anyway. Like, if that's the mentality, then no matter what, you've done your part. If for anything that's going on in this world, it doesn't matter what it is, it's you do your part to try to like move that needle in the right direction. So that's always a good thing.
I call
That's right.
brothers and sisters brother because my best friend before he died, he asked me. Well, he told me that he didn't want to be called black,
Mhm.
and I asked him, what do you want to be called? He told me he want to be called brother.
Okay.
So brother sister is prevalent.
Yeah. And again,
Okay.
anytime
Well,
anytime you build a friendship, or and again, that kind of goes back to what we're talking about. Anytime you build a relationship with a person, regardless to what nationality, creed, or anything like that they are, um, you know, with that person, you're able to build something with that person. And again, sometimes a person, of may give you an opportunity to say things that it may not even be said to all people. And I only say that for people who are like dealing with multiple races in their lives. And one, a person from a race may tell you that, hey, it's okay to say X, Y, and Z. And I'm not saying that, I'm not, I'm trying to say it in a way where it's basically when someone's telling you that you can say X, Y, and Z, just be cautious. Anything that you're saying from any friend that's like, hey, you can talk to me like this doesn't mean talk to everyone like that. And I always try to tell my friends that because of your friends over here told you like, hey, you can say this with them. That doesn't mean you can say this with them over here. Just something to be cautious about and make sure that you have a relationship with a
100%.
person before, yeah. So before diving into those things.
It's about respect, I think.
Yes, 100%. But yeah, again, but a lot of that does feel from the relationships that are built, right? That having respect for the people that you're around. 100%.
Yo, go
But
ahead and
yeah,
break it down.
friendships.
Go ahead and break it down about meta news though. Break down the meta news relationships. Because I'm telling you, when
Yeah,
I didn't know Rocks when I first ran up on her and BZ made that connection. And then I didn't know how tight it was because I'm pretty much a lone wolf. How I move in here, but still y'all let me fit in. But yeah, let's talk about that.
yeah. I mean, it's. I mean, when it comes to meta news, it is built. I mean, and now how big is meta news? We're 17 deep. Is like 17 of us now. I think we're about 17 deep at meta news. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we build.
yeah, we're like um 18 right now when it was just four of us.
And it
Four
started off, yeah.
meaning, you know, it was me, Joy, Dragon, and D. We first started and then, we had more people join in. Some had left, but yeah, it's just been us. And so, the group, I was like, okay, I know what I'm doing. Let me add more. Let me add more. Each month was different,
Yes.
testing.
Growing. It's growing. Like, and to see that growth, because no matter what, when you start something new, you always kind of walk on that, you kind of walk on this thin line of like, okay, let me see where this is gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's see. And I feel like that's with everything that you do. You still want to, you want to give it your all, but you always want to be critical of anything that you're doing, making sure that you are making the right decisions and this is where you're fitting in and what you're meant to do, or what you feel driven to do. But when it comes to meta news, like ever since I know I walked into that place, like I always felt at home, and then ever since, you know, we really started doing it and taking off, like that is just the relationship between everyone there. I can truly say like these are like my brothers and sisters, even Blanco, you know what I mean? Like everybody there. Because again, I was very much just kind of bouncing around this place by myself when I first got here as well. You know, I knew a few people, I talked to a lot of different people, but I never really moved in any type of like group. You know, I got associated with a few people, you know, kind of early on, but then after that, really just myself. And then to be part of this, you know, and build the relationships that we fostered at Meta News is insane.
Yeah.
Like we, of course, Evie and Complex just saw each other in person. You know, like, and again, and they met here. They
Yeah,
met
they
because
met
of
for
Meta
the
News.
first time. They met in April for the first time. Like I was there, like I introduced them to each other. And to see that they always, after that day, they always stick to each other. They talk. We world top together as well. And even when I'm not with them, like they still together. I'm like, wow. Because of me, you know, she found a great person to hang out in the metaverse. And I love that. And now we're about to make a year and we're still going strong. And now they met for the first time. I felt so emotional. I I broke tears because I would never, whew, I would never thought that I would come to the metaverse and hook people up like, you know, this is a great person and match them. Like
And foster
that makes me so
friendships.
proud. And
But yes, but when it comes to EV and stuff like that, that is a prime example.
yeah,
Them meeting each other and literally becoming inseparable. We literally, I mean, when do we not? If you see Evie, you see Complex shortly right behind her. If you see Complex, you see Evie right behind her. And that relationship came from here. And that's probably one of the strongest relationships I've seen within this space.
yeah.
It's been insane, you know, see, like just seeing things like that. And again, you make that
Like
possible because of being
I don't know what I have, but I was like, you know, I could feel like energy and I feel like she's perfect for this role, for this. Oh, you're mute.
I got it. I'm sorry. I just want to make sure I didn't make any noise when I grabbed this.
Sorry.
But
So
yes.
yeah, it's the same with, you know, with who I put in front like of Meta News because, you know, I'm the one directing this, you know, writing the script and recording it. And I have the vision, you know. So when I see you guys and know who you are, I could already tell like this person is really great. Like you got something. Um and I'm like so proud of each and one of everyone in the team. Like from the beginning to now, like the growth is crazy. And just watching everyone succeed as something in here in the metaverse, I'm like, oh my God, like I
It
knew
is.
this. Like I know like with like how you carry yourself, like you're gonna do something, you know? And I think I've given hints like, oh, you should do a show. You should do a podcast, you know, because you have that voice. You have and yeah.
Yeah. I
The
mean,
main
it's
example is Joy, and I'm so proud of her. And I'm like,
yes.
I know, I knew it.
Yes. Like again, I see Joy as a sister. I've been next to Joy for the last year. You know what I'm saying? Like that is literally my sister. She's my meta sister straight up. You know what I'm saying? Like so,
Mhm.
it's just again, it's you know, and seeing that and seeing because everyone I see on a regular basis, I consider family. So to see my family succeed in the way that they have, like I am over the moon about consistently daily. I see more and more growth in everyone. And I'm so excited to see what 2023 brings for all the relationships that's in here, you know, all the friendships and what seeing people finally start meeting up in
Yeah.
person for the first time and things like that are really the telltale sign that like this thing is growing. This thing is really fostering people. in those types of
Yeah.
relationship. But there's so many more than just friendships in here. You know what I mean? It's a scale when it comes to relationships, not just friendships. It's a lot of different kinds of relationships.
No. And also I've been seeing like, we have a year already here. Relationship, like real relationship. I'm talking
Yes.
about we're gonna meet up and you're gonna be my husband type of thing. I've seen so much of that happens in there. Like, they go and meet up and it comes from meta boo to the meta real life.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Like, and that's literally,
Yes.
I mean, I've seen relationships start in here. And I do believe relationships in here can have a power that an in-person relationship kind of doesn't have when it comes to the aspect of building something that kind of has all the, all the physicals and the, all the worldly stuff kind of sits to
Yeah.
the side. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then
Because it's
you get
like
to really
I
connect.
see you, but I hear your voice. I see how you move.
Mm-hmm.
I see who you are because of you're not looking at me as physical. It's just cartoon. But you
Yes.
still
Yeah. We are avatars. This is all.
like the
Mhm.
mind here
Exactly.
is so powerful. Like,
Exactly. Because within this space, you connect mentally. So, and I feel that
yeah.
a relationship where it's connected mentally, before all the physical and
Mm-hmm.
other things like that take place, it it I mean, there's just so much more strength to a relationship that has that that aspect because you get to truly know that individual way before you start moving in those other directions. A lot of relationships, in my opinion, is you know a lot of it has it's strong physical up front, and then you lose a bunch of the other, you don't get to really learn that next person in a relationship, because I mean you learn over time, but typically it's driven by this physical thing.
Well,
So
that's why? Because it's easy to maybe reach that person. Like I could be like, you want to meet up tomorrow? Yeah. What happens? I'm looking at, oh my God, you're so sexy.
yeah, exactly, like you're looking at
It,
physical
it-
aspects of it. Hmm.
yeah, because it's so easy and you're right there. But when we're talking about in here in the metaverse, you might be in another country or whatnot. But I'm just listening to you and getting to know the real you.
The
Then just be
actual
like,
person.
oh, it's so easy just to meet up. Yeah. Cause now I gotta wait. Cause we'd long this thing.
Exactly, and long distance
So
relationships.
I say the experiment of meeting someone here in the metaverse is a must. If you're single.
Yes, yes, by all means, if you are a single person
Or
and,
you
and
just
you are.
want friends.
Yeah, or
This is
exactly. So
great.
whether it be friends, whether it be relationships, whether it be partnerships and business relationships, I mean, there is a countless in when it comes to that whole wrapped up bow of things of relationships that you can really foster within this space. So the metaverse offers more than games. It offers more than just a social aspect, but it also offers, you know, true friendships, relationships that can last for years to come for
Yeah.
for the rest of your life. You never even know like what that can foster. I've heard people saying that they were engaged. They met inside of this thing and now they're getting
Wow.
engaged, and people who met inside this thing who are now having babies
Listen,
and
I've
stuff
seen
like that.
so many engagement in here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, this might be the new dating site.
Hey, it may very much be like, I mean,
And
when it comes down to that, like,
listen,
could be evolving.
ain't nobody better tell me they're alone, they lonely, they don't know where to search. Listen, buy yourself an Oculus and search around. There's many paths here. Either you're looking for money, you're looking for love, or you just want to have
Have fun
fun,
looking for
thug it out.
friendship. Yeah, exactly. Just looking for friends. Like all
This
of
is
it's
the place.
right here. This is literally a one-stop shop for pretty much all that you need when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to like what you need now. And it doesn't have to be in any specific, app, but I will say, and again, I'm biased because I'm in Horizon Worlds and that's where
Yeah.
my second home is. But by all means, this if I were to recommend anything, it would be Horizon Worlds, as the number one. But there are other places in this space, in the metaverse space, that you can go check out as well. Lots of
Yeah.
fun things that you can do within this
VR
space.
chat is
Hmm.
the main place as well. Like,
Yeah, there's a
I
VR
heard story
chat.
about over there too.
Lots and lots that happen over there in VR chat. Lots of fun, lots of
Mhm.
chaos. Lots of different things. Lots of
So
different things.
all
I've heard it. I heard it all.
listen, all I'm saying is get yourself a Quest or an Oculus, and you
Yep.
are never alone. Never alone.
Yes. Yes. Ever. Like you can at any point in time, and that's the
Mhm.
cool thing about being in something where it's attached to the world and everybody's in different time zones. At almost
Mhm.
any point in time, you can get on here. It can be bright and early in the morning, or 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock in the morning, or 4 o'clock in the evening. You know what I'm saying? Like lunchtime. Like you can get on here, and there will be
Yeah,
people on here. There will be
exactly.
people doing stuff, hanging out. May not be as many on certain times of day, but there's always people here, and they may be in another country because people are up over there at a certain time. So all I'm saying is it's so many opportunities on
Yeah.
here to really network, to connect with people all around the world, and it's amazing. It is amazing,
Mhm.
and friendship, love, all of it can be found right here. Really
Yeah.
can.
Well, Dragon, it was the great topic tonight. I was not
Yes,
expecting
indeed.
in the conversation earlier. Um, this was great.
Hey, this was
And
amazing. Great conversation.
don't mess around.
Don't mess around with the mess around, because again, we will
That's
be
right.
back here next Friday. Or
Actually, next Friday is Meta News 1 year
yes, we have our
anniversary.
1 year anniversary
We
next week.
will be celebrating on Saturday.
Yes.
We're gonna have, a private party, let's say, and then we're gonna have an after party, which will be at the Mescar after party.
Yes. Mascot after
You
party.
can party with us, and that will be like
Cool.
11 p.m. Eastern
Yeah.
time. Yeah,
Oh,
Saturday,
yeah.
the 25th.
Yes. Saturday the 25th,
The 25th.
11 p.m. Eastern time. Come turn up with us while we celebrate a year
Yes.
of being here with Meta News. And I'm looking for that next year, as well. So I'm looking forward to everything that we're going to do over this next year. Again, thank you so much for tuning in with us. Don't mess around with the mess around. We will see you guys next week, or it won't be next week, but the week after next, because we won't be doing it next week. Next week we're celebrating, but the week after that, we'll be right back here with another episode of Don't Mess Around Podcast. Till next time.